Hey guys. Oh, so hold on. I'm trying to fix my camera. Hope everybody is faring okay with the full moon. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I got the troubled the dogs that are kind of more of a pain in the butt that whenever they think I'm not paying attention, they like to go run and jump in the cat room. Um they're in because it's cold outside, so hopefully that's all they do and they lay down. Um I had a hard time getting started today. Actually, I want to be on here about 2 hours ago, but I am struggling. I'm struggling. I don't know. I haven't felt that great. The last, yeah, I haven't felt that great today or yesterday, and now I'm thinking that justice is into something. And what was I gonna say? The full moon. I think usually full moons give me a little bit of energy, but for some reason, it's not tonight. Justice. Why do you have to get into things? I've been struggling with keeping Justice off the counter lately. So, I didn't put mediumship. We have been doing mediumship on here lately, but I did not put it because, like I said, I'm energetically struggling today. But I did. So I am offering intuitive guidance, and I'm making a discounted rate than what it has been. Yeah. uh, like I said, and I can't. I'm hot, and then I'm cold, and then I'm hot, and then I'm cold. Uh, can't. My body can't make up its mind the last couple days, so I felt like I was getting sick this morning. Yeah, it's full moon in Aries. I think I'm usually, like I said, the thing that usually drains me is like eclipses and like new moons. Not really full moons, but for some reason, I don't know. This full moon's kind of getting me. Help with what, Denise? Well, also women times are kind of tiring. So, like I said, I've been struggling to get on here for like 2 hours. Um, Unfortunately, I have to go get dog food and stuff tomorrow, so I didn't have a choice. So I would have loved to have just chilled on the couch with everybody and relaxed because I really need to, but I don't know. I go through these times in the month, like sometimes I get like really tired and then I have times of like really high energy, but I've been doing a lot of lives lately, so I don't lives and then yeah, probably is. And then I've been having weird ass dreams. And one dream, I don't know if it's like psychic dream or anything. I'm probably gonna make a video because I just in case because it was really weird and Tracy knows what it is, but just in case it means anything. You never know with dreams sometimes. Justice. This fucking dog. Hold on one second. Sorry. Every time I go try to do something, um, he has gotten to where he's getting on the counter and trying. He just had the paper towel roll off. Like I thought I had it far enough back, but I did not. He's something else. He's about 6 months old. I'm sorry. Yeah, Golden Girl, you know, I haven't seen you on here in a while. I hope everything's okay. Well, I hope so. I hope so. I hope that being here will make you feel better. So we're gonna see if anybody wants any intuitive guidance tonight. If not, I'll probably have to go to TikTok or cross stream. Just because gotta feed everybody for the week. A lot more I need to do too, but I'm not even gonna focus on that tonight. Just one thing at a time. And I've got a bunch of cases I want to work too, but I have to kind of get over this hump of I've been trying to like switch my days back because as you guys know, because of the heat, everything was shifted, right? As like I work at night and I'm sleeping during the day because it's been hot. Well, as it's cooling down, I'm trying to shift it back, but I've never been able to do that. So I'm trying to, but it's not working out too well. So yeah, just remember the supermoon energy it seems to be pretty strong. It's in Aries, so it seems to be pretty strong. There's also a few other astrology things going on right now, so keep that in mind. I'm sorry that you're sad. Yeah. Definitely I should have put like full moon intuitive guidance reads on there. I don't know. We'll see. So, like I said, I'm just doing the intuitive guidance tonight. We'll see how my energy goes. If I end up getting some energy and I feel like I can do mediumship, we'll do that. But I'm just, like I said, I'm struggling today. I'm really only here because I have to be. So, if anybody wants on the list, it is for intuitive guidance questions. That's what we're doing tonight. Kai, please. Yeah, we usually do them for 25, so I'm taking $5 off. Also, I still do the email ones if people would rather have their email ones. I'm still doing that too. So, like, how many Celsius is this? Too much Celsiuses. I can't believe how tired. I just feel so tired. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, I haven't really been emotional on this one. My dreams have just been like really weird, and really vivid. But like I said, the one I don't even know if there's more to it or the two. There might be more to both of them. Plus we have that, that Neptune placement. I think is still Neptune's still in retrograde and stuff. So, if I remember right, haven't really been emotional, but I get this way where, how I was talking to you, Tracy, like I start questioning my path if I'm doing the right thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm not the only one that does that. I think a lot of other people do that on the full moon. There's one other person that I know that I talk to that is having the same kind of struggle. As far as like, questioning your life and where you're at and all of that. That tends to happen a lot to me on the full moon for some reason. Especially with the way things have gone lately. So I can't seem to get done what I need to get done or have the energy to do so lately. So doing the right, I don't know. I don't feel like lately I've been doing the right thing, but I'm just trying to follow, and I kind of I don't know. I just feel like I've worked really hard for really long and I'm not anywhere, if that makes sense. So I have times, especially during the full moon, where I kind of like, what am I doing? So I don't know. But I don't know if anybody's wanting on the list tonight. And I'm trying to decide if we do have a list here, then I won't have to go on TikTok. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to either cross stream or leave and go over there. I don't know. I kind of cross streaming is kind of hard because you guys can't see the same things that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying. Like I always take a lot of vitamins and um whatnot, you know. I got my Florida water today, a couple days ago. Clearing out our energy and whatnot, but I just think it's a lot of energy going on, right? Like there's a lot going on right now. I think that Mars entered Cancer. That's another kind of heavy aspect. It doesn't really do that great there. And me, I'm just, yeah, I'm thinking I might have to, but we'll see. I just don't, it's hard to cross stream because you guys can't see the questions, even though I try to read them and vice versa. So it kind of just, and it's kind of a lot for me to keep up with. You know what I mean? But this platform is very different than TikTok's platform. This platform is really chill, laid back. I enjoy my community. You guys are all really cool. We always have a good time. It's a lot of fun. TikTok isn't as intimate. Get a lot of new people in and out. You get a lot of people asking relationship questions and yes and no questions and just trying to like get information for free. And so it's a very different sort of feeling and platform. So while sometimes I have to go on TikTok, sometimes I have to cross stream, and I haven't done TikTok live in a while, it's because I haven't really felt like I wanted to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like more of like the low vibe questions and that kind of like in and out, if I'm making sense. So I like feel comfortable with my community here. So yeah, Tracy, I just don't like to. But I guess I can. I don't know. I kind of don't even have the lights on right now. What is it, Kai? I know, baby. Come here. Hold on. Kai needs attention really quick. Hey, Trista. What, baby? What is it? What do you want? Hey, Kimmy. Ugh. And I know too, like a lot of times on TikTok, people want mediumship, and I've been doing a lot of mediumship on lives lately, and I've actually got more energy from it. I just don't know if I can do it tonight. You know what I mean? Struggling. They're struggling, baby. Oh, he always has to make himself seen. He always likes to come up here, and if I don't pick him up, he'll sit there and scratch my leg like. So I hold the power. Yeah, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, I got hungry all of a sudden before I came on here. I don't hold the power. If I held the power, I would give myself a lot more energy. That's very sweet, Tracy. I don't know. I didn't see Denise's question. So I think I missed it. Yeah. Well, what is that? He is. He's a love bug. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, no. No. No, no. Hey, Justice. Hold on. Gosh dang. I have a hard time working when they're all in here, especially Justice. Get down. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey, get out. Yep, 6-month-old puppy. Pain in the butt, dude. Oh, He's been getting up on that bird cage for some reason, but he doesn't mess with Neptune when I have him out. It's really weird. Nope. Not that I can remember. I mean, I always had like the feeling of feeling like you're being watched and like from what I remember, but I don't really remember having any experiences of that. Like I said, I did it um it all kind of happened, after my Saturn return where I lost my husband and everything. That's when I really kind of got opened myself up and accepted everything. It's always been in my astrology chart. Like, and sometimes people have those gifts that they're born with. They just have to awaken to them. That's basically, we all come with some sort of connection to the other side. It's about awakening to them. And a lot of times, people that do this work, it is also in their astrology a lot of the times because that's a part of who they are. So, I just had to sort of wake up to it or have an awakening of sorts. Like Saturn return is a time where you kind of hit the dirt, um and you evolve from those hard lessons during your Saturn return. So that's why people, whenever they say, oh, I had a really rough life or I've had a really rough time, usually around 28, 29, 30, 31, around that time of Saturn return, and that's when we learn the most. So we always have that. It's always a tough time. Yeah, he's mostly pretty good. I usually don't have to get on him too much. Justice, on the other hand, is right now going through the teenage years where it's like, let me get into everything I can. Oh, crap. Yep, totally up to you, Denise. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Oh, cool. Yeah, the shirts come pretty fast. You're welcome, A. Hello. Right? You unfunked. Maybe. Maybe I'd try my best. All right. Crap. I don't want to do TikTok, but I might have to actually turn on the lights. I'm telling you, I took everything I had to come over here and get on live, but I was like, oh well, gotta feed everybody. Jesus. Well, that was very nice of Tracy. So Tracy has sent your donation. So hey Kelly. So keep in mind, intuitive guidance isn't it's not mediumship, so it's not any questions about people from the other side. Sometimes lately, though, that's been coming in on questions, but I don't know because, like I said, I'm so tired today. I don't know if I have the high enough energy level for that. So, anything guidance about your life? Hey, I swear to God, these dogs tonight are. Well, they were all chilling earlier. I was trying to get over here, and now that I'm over here, they decide, let me go get into stuff. So, give me just 5 seconds. Let me see what they're into. I know. I think it's the moon. It's gotta All right, I think we're good. Justice is actually laying down and nothing was going on. I'm just tripping out. All right. So as you know, intuitive guidance is just guidance about your life, your situations. You still psychics, mediums, we can pick up on the current energy and where things are right now. You can always change your path or make other choices and decisions. It's only about the most likely possibilities. And all the guidance I get, I give to you from spirit, and they will remind me of things that I know about, etc. You know how it works, I think. I think you've had a reading before, Denise, if I can remember right. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and ask your question. We'll get started. Yeah, I'm not old, but I'm not a spring chicken either. So, but I don't know, just certain times of the month, I feel like I am more drained than others. And I work off of questions, so that's what I work off to, something to attach to energy to. So Denise, if you want to ask your question, Tracy went ahead and donated for you. So hey, Justice, for real. This dog. I'm gonna end up having to put him in the crate because he gets bored and then he's like, let me go get up and see what I can get into for 5 seconds. No, I don't know Reiki. I actually have people that do healings on me all the time. I have a friend, Judy, she helps me out. I haven't talked to her in a little bit, but like she'll give me a boost if I need it. But I have somebody else that she just worked on me yesterday. It's not Reiki, it's something else. You can do it on yourself, but I mean there's no point for me to if she's like I'm like her guinea pig. So she's actually removed blocks and stuff. I think that's why I've kind of my mediumship is kind of shifted in a good way, or things have sort of shifted in a good way as far as my gifts are concerned. And they're shifting and changing. People that have watched me for a while kind of notice it, but yeah. So it's being sensitive. You pick up on a lot of other. There's a lot of astrological influences right now, and that's not something that really you can shift or change. Sometimes, depending on where your astrological influences are hitting in your chart, it can really kind of take a toll on you. I've noticed learning more about astrology that it does tend to affect me depending on what it is and where it's hitting. So, yeah, no, I know, but it wouldn't even be white light. You would use green for healing because you can use white light, but green is better. Um, but like I said, she's doing healing on me, so, and she's removing blocks and helping with a lot of different things. So I'm already having healing done on me. There's no point for me to kind of do it. But the astrology, the moon, all of that, I tend to be very sensitive to it. So a lot of times people's gifts will, depending on if someone's really a sensitive person, they can feel energies a lot more with specifically the moon for me, depending on what's going on, where it's hitting, because the moon is hitting in your chart too, so it can also drain you. So it's a lot of different factors, you know. I think it's a lot of different. It just depends, a lot of different factors. Plus, I've been doing a lot of mediumship lately. That's a lot of energy. And just life in general, stresses and whatnot can stress you out. So Denise, not really sure. I kind of understand the question. Like, what are you wanting to know about that specific? You can be more specific about the question you're asking. So make sure I answer it correctly and what you're wanting to know. You know what's crazy is I don't have a lot of Aries in my chart, so I'm not really sure. But the other person I know that's struggling with it, she has Aries sun. So I don't know why I'm so stop, you two. I don't know why I'm so tired, because I don't think I really have like a lot of Aries placements. I have a lot of air, so it's kind of weird. But Freya, lay down. Like, what are you wanting to kind of know about your question, Denise? Like, yeah, but sometimes you feel it beforehand, Tracy. So you were feeling it before. The last moon we had in Aquarius hit me sort of hard, but I felt it more like a couple days before it hit. Good evening. Yeah. Yeah, I like I said, I had a lot of energy earlier in the week, and I just don't today. I just don't. So, Denise, can you elaborate just a little bit? I want to make sure that I go in the correct direction with your question. Stitch. I swear to God, these dogs, they were all fine earlier. Well, I just don't understand the question. Like, are you thinking about not wanting her to move in there? Are you asking how it's gonna go? You know what I mean? So, I'm just asking like what you're asking about the situation. Like, are you second guessing it? Is everything gonna go okay? Like, is that along what you're wanting to know? Just kind of need a guide on which way to go. Spirit's always all around us. I'm not doing mediumship tonight though. Not on purpose, anyways. Because our kids have their own blueprints, and our kids, although we try to understand them, we don't always understand them all the time, just like we don't understand people all the time. We're having to deal with their moods as well as our moods. And again, we're going back to astrology does have an impact on our kids and on us. So it depends on a lot of times where certain astrology aspects is hitting in people's charts. And that can also have an impact on how they act and their moods and all of that. So that's something that you have to consider. Um, and so sometimes things aren't smooth all the time with people, even our kids, even if we want them to be, right? They're their own person. They have their own life lessons. They have their own situations, and they have their own past, and you have to understand, like, maybe she doesn't really want to move in with you. Maybe she's thinking she's a failure for doing so. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. And so I think maybe she's struggling with the feelings of, oh, now I've got to go back and live with my parents, or now I've got to go back and stay with my parents, or I thought I could really make it without having to do this. So I think it's taking kind of a toll on um you know on her, feeling like, I thought I would do better. I didn't think I'd get to have to go backwards, etc. So I think she's struggling and having a kind of an internal an internal battle, struggling with an internal battle um, of how she's feeling and actually going backwards. Because sometimes when this happens, we feel like we're going backwards. Well, really, it's kind of just a reset so that she can get back on her feet, right? But young people sometimes have a hard time with that. Their ego, you know, I feel like she feels like a little bit like her ego is a little hurt, as far as I think when she moved out and she was on her own. She thought that things were going to be better. No one wants to move back in with their parents. So I don't think it has anything to do with you. I think it's like an internal struggle. And again, it could a lot also be because Spirit's bringing up like astrological aspects as being part of it. But so it's important just to try to have kind of understanding for her and sympathy and kind of just trying to get where she's coming from, and sit down and have, if you can communicate with her. Communication is going to be really important during this time, so she can let her know that she can um communicate with you if she wants to. Like, let her know that the door is open for her to communicate how she's feeling, and just let her know that she's not a failure. It's okay. Sometimes we have to go back before we can go forward. Sometimes we have to fall before we can get up. It's that type of feeling that I'm getting from her. So yeah, Taurans are sometimes very stubborn, and so it can also be kind of like a, yeah, that's what I'm picking up, like her ego. So, and like a little bit of a stubbornness. So I mean, I think if we kind of put ourselves in their shoes a little bit, we can understand them a little bit more. Like sometimes we feel like, maybe she feels like, hey, I was headed down a path and now I'm going backwards. I don't want to live, like, who wants to live with their parents? None of us do. We want our freedom. You know what I mean? We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards. And sometimes, especially when you're a Taurus, the ego again is, I feel like the ego's hurt. And again, nobody wants to move back with their parents. So I think there might be some like resentment, like of her having to do that, if that makes sense. Um yeah. So hey, Nell, welcome. Um I feel like having, some patience and understanding, compromising is gonna have to happen, and some communication. Yeah. So that's what I mean. She feels like she's going backwards and she's failed at something. So, you know, if we put ourselves in her shoes, she's was in a relationship, and now when people go through divorces, sometimes they don't understand why there's a divorce. Isn't something that they did. You know what I mean? So it's like, I had my life on track, I had all this, and now I'm going backwards. So it's also a grieving process and a loss for them too. So it's going to take some understanding, especially if she's younger, and it's the life experience for her. So it's just going to take a little bit of patience, understanding, communication, all of that, and let her know that she's not a failure. Things end when they're supposed to. She learned her lesson from it. She's going to move forward, and now it's time to focus on herself, love herself, and get back on her feet. We've all been there as adults where we've had to go backwards. Justice. So, do you know what I mean? I need to check on this damn puppy. So sorry about that. I promise you that yeah, but 38, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, when you're going through things like this, when you're 38 and now you're getting a divorce and you're going backwards, you know what I mean? And sometimes people are a little bit younger in their emotions than others. It's all a path, it's all a journey. But when you get married, a lot of times you think, "Oh, I'm going to be with this person forever." And then it fails and you got to move back in with your parents. You have to see where she's coming from. You know what I mean? It's a lot. So it's going to take an adjustment for all of you, like Tracy's saying, but it'll be okay. It's just, again, going to come, it's going to have to come, with, again, some patience, some understanding, love, and know that she might have some, yeah, but we all make like, again, all that I project to her and she's mad at me through all of this and I did. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she's having a hard time dealing with things. So she's going to blame anybody that she can, because it's projection, right? Because we don't want to see that that we've lost a relationship when we love somebody. So there is a grieving process that goes along with it. And you will, because that's part of grieving. Okay, so when we look at grieving doesn't have to be that someone dies. Okay, it doesn't have to be like, well, we can grieve a relationship. And what is part of the signs of, the things that we go through with grief? One of them is anger. Okay. So, that's one of the first steps of grief, anger. So you have to remember, she's grieving and she's going to be angry, and she's probably going to be angry at the wrong people, right? Especially if there was some turmoil in the relationship and she thought she was going to be with this guy for a while, and there was, a lot of, yeah, especially, like, again, if you're married and it comes out of nowhere and now you've got to move back with your parents, like, there's a lot of emotions going on there. There's a lot of up and downs, and then you take into account having moved back with your parents, some astrology aspects might be kind of hitting her a little bit hard, and it's a learning process. So when we all learn our lessons, and sometimes they're hard lessons, and sometimes when we're learning lessons, we're pissed off. And we're pissed off at the wrong people. So don't take it personally. Just know that she's going through a transition and sort of awakening right now, and she's going through a grieving process. She'll come out of it on the other side, and she'll realize, maybe I shouldn't have been so hard on mom. Maybe I shouldn't have been so angry. Right now, she's angry at the situation and she's taking it out on you. So try not to take it personal. But that's part of grief. And she's going to go through those 5 stages of grief, although the person didn't pass, because you're grieving a relationship. You're still losing somebody. You're still losing something, if I'm making sense. So again, it's going to take some understanding, grace, patience, communication, and until she gets back on her feet. She'll change and shift as she's growing. But when we're all going through growth spurts in life, sometimes those growth spurts are hard, and sometimes we take it out on the wrong people, right? And yeah, Denise just tried, like, to come from her, like, level, and from her, like, what like, understand more of what she's going through. Maybe look at the 5 stages of grief and try to understand them. I think people think that just because a relationship ends, that there's not grieving involved, that it's like, oh, we just need to get over it. It's different for everybody, right? The path is different for everybody. So this is a growth spurt for her, and she's gonna learn the best she can from it. And some people evolve, some people go backwards, you know what I mean? So it all just depends on how she learns and grows from it, and we're all different in that. And I think, she's trying to understand, she's trying to understand, like, where it went wrong, what happened, etc., etc. So hopefully, sorry, Justice and Kai are playing. I feel like next year will be better. I feel like there's going to be some rough patches, but that's part of, again, the experience and growing and evolving, right? We have to fall before we can rise. We have to have a tower moment sometimes before we can get back up. So, can you guys stop? And that's just part of it. So, it'll be okay. Just try to be the support system that you can, but at the same time, have boundaries. Where there are kids, we love them no matter what, and we have to just try to help them through it, but they also have to learn their own lessons and follow their own path, if that makes sense. Yeah, Neil, you can. So look in the description box. There is there's a link tree in the description box. So just let me know and then come back and ask a question. Yeah, just try to, like I said, give her grace and understanding and know that's a part of like her grief. Like that's just a part of her dealing with it. Yeah, so there's been a lot going on. You know what I mean? So it's a lot at once and we have to kind of be understanding of what other people are going through, what they're feeling because the way that you deal with things is not the way that she's dealing with things. You know what I mean? We all deal with things differently. Sometimes we have anger towards them, sometimes we have sadness, sometimes we do different things. You know what I mean? Like the way that you grieve and the way you deal with things is not the way that she does it. So you have to keep that in mind too. And these kind of lessons and this kind of path and evolving and growing, it's not easy. Awakening is not easy. All of that. So it'll get better. We all have bumps in the road. Okay, it's just a tower moment and again, things have to fall sometimes before they can be rebuilt. So, and sometimes when we can't learn from things not like falling down and being bad, we just what we take from those tower moments and learn and evolve from, and hopefully she'll come out of the other side, a better, more evolved person. And again, I feel like emotionally, maybe she might be not as sometimes people, although they're 38, she feels emotionally like immature a little bit with how she deals with things. Maybe she doesn't know how to deal with her emotions as well as some people. And so that might be some of it as well, And she's turning her grief into anger, which is normal thing. So get down. And again, there's going to be a lot of um astrological aspects too that are gonna, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So everybody, we got to kind of be kind of understanding to everybody and kind of see where they're coming from. I like to put myself in their shoes and try to see, hey, how would I feel if I was going through something like this? You know, and there might be something that you can relate it to from earlier on in your life. Uh, so it's still grief, losing a home, losing a spouse, having to go backwards, losing a parent. It's a lot to deal with in 2 years. So, you know, she's probably just has a lot of anger and she probably does need someone to talk to. And I mean, counseling wouldn't be bad for her if she's willing to do that. Some people want to, some people don't. Sometimes they get better on their own, sometimes they don't. Writing would be something really good for her to do to get it all out, but she needs to get it out somehow. So, ask her, do you want to talk about something? I'm here for you. If you would like to talk, talk to me about anything. And I will talk to you without judgment. Okay. So that's how you have to kind of come at her, be kind of open for her to talk to, but let her know that you're not going to judge anything she has to say. Okay. Yeah, but that's why we all have lessons to learn, and we forget that we choose these lessons before we're ever born. So we choose these lessons to evolve. I always like to say that Earth it's a simulation. It's not real. We just come here to learn. Everybody's got their own rules to play. And then we go back home and we see, okay, well, this is what we learned. This is what we learned. This is what we went through. This is what we learned from it, et cetera, et cetera. We always pick these sort of things to go through, even if they're really tough and hard. Sometimes people pick harder lessons so they can evolve more. We're trying to evolve as souls. So if somebody really wants to evolve, they pick a very hard life for themselves. And again, astrological aspects has a lot to play around with in somebody's life too sometimes, depending on where things are hitting. It can actually have a difference. I've seen it firsthand, and I've seen it in cases and everything. So it is something, it's literally aligns with our blueprint. So it does have a lot to do with it. Hey, if you guys don't start behaving, I'm going to put you all away because I've had it. Yes, and when we're on the other side, we understand and see that. When we're here, we can't recognize it because we're humans. But when we're on the other side, we don't have that humanity. So when we're here, we have the humanity of not understanding why we would ever do that. But on the other side, we see it from a different perspective. So yes. And yes, I agree with Tracy. I think in the end, you guys will be closer and things will get better. But it's about having that open communication, understanding, and love. So, but sometimes, and Tracy's right. Sometimes these things do bring us closer to our kids. Me and my mom, we didn't used to be close, but we went through some things together. Now we're closer than we used to be. Same thing with me and my son. It happens. Sometimes tragedies and things that we go through bring us closer, but sometimes again it's rocky at first. But I think you guys, like I said, next year will be better, and I think it'll continue to progress. Just be that person there for her, be that strength, and just still have boundaries because the boundaries are still important, right? We don't want somebody walking all over us and making us feel a certain way. So it's about open communication, but in a positive way. All right. Um, and hopefully she can realize, hey, talking to someone's going to help. Justice, don't you dare. Stop it. When Kai gets fixed, I won't have. Yeah, it'll get better. Just, again, patience, love, understanding, communication, you guys chose to go through this together as well, so remember that as well. Like, this is your blueprint, and my roles might have been switched then the other direction. So okay, so I use the question to connect to your guides, so I have to have something to connect to. I work off a question. That's how I work. I don't just pull things out of thin air. That's not really how I work. So that's why I do the questions. That's just the way we all work differently. That's the way that I work. It's how I'm able to get better direct answers, or it gives me a way, a direction to go. It's something to attach the energy to. But you can take whatever's going on in your life and form it into a question. You know what I mean? So you can take, hey, I'm going through this and I want to know about this, but just form it into a question, whatever's going on, if I'm making sense. That's what I always tell people. Just take whatever's going on in your life, form it into a question, and then that's what we work off of. I hope that was helpful, Denise. It's hard sometimes when our kids are going through stuff, um, and they take things out on us. I think that's part of being a parent sometimes. What do you want now? Are you down there getting in trouble? Huh? Are you? Why are you getting in trouble? You gotta leave them alone. I know you can't help it. It'll be good though. Like, I had to move back in with my mom and we got closer because of it. So I have to agree with Tracy that you guys will probably end up being closer in the long run. I think she's just got to get over this hump. You know what I mean? It's scrolling across the bottom. So it's $20 intuitive guidance question. Link tree is in the description box. Just if you want one, come, pay and then come back here. And I'll put you on the list. I don't have a list right now. Hey, baby. That's if it's a personal question. If you have some kind of spiritual question, then that's different. I don't charge for spirituality questions, but personal questions I do. As this is still my business. You're welcome, Denise. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. I do agree with Trace. I think next year is going to be better, and I think you guys will be closer from it. Because I'm getting the reference, like, me and my mom, like, when I moved in with her, we became closer where we weren't before. So now me and my mom are best friends. We didn't use, when I was younger, we weren't as close. So you guys are going to grow together in this situation, if that makes sense. I think she'll also grow up a little bit. Because I feel like, again, she feels like she's a little bit emotionally immature, and I think she's going to grow up a little bit from it all. She will evolve from it. What are you doing? Are you helping Mama? Yeah, it'll take some adjustment, and just, there you can still have boundaries. You know what I mean? So there's still boundaries that have to be put forth. Obviously, it's your house. You still have to have some boundaries, right? Has to be quiet moments. Um, and she should be respectful of that because it is still your house. You know what I mean? What do you want? There's nothing on the table there's nothing up here for you. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like I have are you staying here or are you getting down? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you helping Mama give readings? Are you helping me? Okay. I see it. Now I think I got your payment. Nope. Everybody go lay down. Please go lay down for me. Thank you. Oh, hi. There you go, baby. And I don't know if you were here when I explained now that this is the most likely possibility and where you're at in your life right now. You always have free will to go other directions and whatnot, but this is usually I just give what I get and hang on to everything that comes in, and that's it. So you can come back and go ahead and ask your question whenever you're ready, Nellie. I've only known one other Nellie in my life, and it was years and years and years ago. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm not good at reading names. Yep, I got you. So, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and ask your question. And like I said, psychics will pick up on where you're at this present time, and then they'll give guidance on it, but you have free will to make other decisions and whatnot. Anytime a psychic tells you something doesn't mean it's set in stone, because you have free will to change it or go another direction. So do keep that in mind. We always have free will. And I do just give guidance from spirit and what I get to try to help you navigate life. That's basically what psychic readings are about. Okay. Try to get all the information myself and not ask questions, but just depends. So whenever you're ready, you can ask your question or form whatever you're having issues with into a question. Oh, now Denise is paying it forward. Thanks, Denise. Hey, Kai, stop. Yeah, and also, what's your question? Just form whenever again you're needing help on into a question. Yeah, I'm on for a little bit, basically just to get done what I need to get done for my animals this week, and then I'm gonna get off because I'm exhausted. So I'm trying not to overdo it. And I'm not doing mediumship tonight because I just am too tired. Okay, now whenever you're ready, your question. And then just validate in the comments. Just the way that she did, and yep, that'll let me know I'm in the right direction, and that's it. That's how it works. What are you doing, buddy? You like the bubbles. You know what? I was seeing red on him, and now I don't see it. I don't see red on him now anymore. No, we don't want it that high. So we have Nell just waiting on her question, and then if somebody really needs help, Denise has paid it forward for somebody. So, Kai quit. Kai and Justice. Am I saying it right, Nelly? Okay. So yeah, just go ahead and form whatever you need help with into a question, and then just validate in the comments. And like I said, it's most likely outcome and possibilities, and I will try not to ask any questions, but sometimes I have to. I always tell people we're psychic, but we don't know everything. We like to, but we only give what spirit gives. So thank you, Denise. You're welcome. Whenever you're ready. Jeez, I've been on here an hour already. Just waiting on the question. What? I do the best that I can. Just waiting on Nellie's question. And it looks like we have Sabrina. Is there anybody in the chat that needs it that can afford it? Because Denise paid it forward, and I don't understand. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. We'll figure this out. Let me answer Nell's question real quick before I get I'm all confused now. Sabrina, are you the one that I had a Sabrina send money and I just want to so lost. Okay, hold on a second. Husband and I inherited this childhood house from his grandma, and his aunt is suing us. We're struggling stress. Unfortunately, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it is very stressful. And I always tell people like legal things are very hard. A lot of psychics won't actually work legal things. I do, but do keep in mind that this is not legal advice and that you should always seek legal advice. And going through, because they're bringing in my situation that was similar. When it comes to things that have to do with probate and whatnot, it can get very sticky. And it can be very hard. And sometimes it can be an up and down battle, especially in the courts. But I don't think you have anything to lose. Being as that you inherited it from his grandma. Just because the aunt is suing, not sure that she has a leg to stand on if I'm understanding this correctly. It feels like it was given to you, and she's a little jealous of that, and she thinks it should have been given to her. And so that is why she is suing you for it, but that doesn't make it right, and that doesn't make it what your grandmother wanted. So if your grandmother wanted her to have it, she would have sold it and split it between you two or given it to her. Does that make sense? Um, so I think there might be a little bit of a struggle here, but I'm hearing like no case. Like she doesn't really have a case or a leg to stand on unless there's some part of the will or the trust that I'm not aware of. Um, and I think she feels like she's entitled. That's what I'm hearing. Like she feels like she's entitled to it. Um, but and what I'm saying, like making any sense for you, make sure that you fast forward all the way so that you can, I don't want to repeat myself. So make sure you fast forward all the way to make sure that I am like you're hearing what I'm saying. Um, So, yes, you are. Like, I don't feel like, again, there's a leg to stand on. There's no case here, in my opinion. Again, she just feels like she's entitled to it. That doesn't mean that she's going to get it. Right is right and wrong is wrong, is what I'm hearing. So again, if grandma wanted to give it to her, she would have, but she didn't. She gave it to you guys. So unless there's part of the trust or the probate or whatever that I'm not aware of, or that you're not aware of, I feel like again that it's going to be okay. Um, and unfortunately, like I've been going through probate stress for going on 6 years. It can drag out and it can go a while, but with your situation, it's different in the way that again, I don't feel like there's a case here because I hear not a leg to stand on, no case. She's going to try, and unfortunately, I feel like I'm hearing like a counter. So, I don't know. I hate to say that because it's so sad when like people fight over after someone passes because they want something and they think they're entitled to it and the other person isn't. So that's what makes it really tough, right? But I'm hearing like you may have to countersue. Like for the distress of putting you through this, I don't know if that's an option. Again, I would speak to a lawyer on that because I am not a lawyer, but that's just what I'm hearing. That that might be a way to get her to back off. But as long as everything is kind of ironclad, I think you're good. So you're going in the right direction. I don't know. Are you hearing everything that I'm saying, Nelly? I don't know if you like fast forwarded enough or you guys are so sweet. Everybody's paying it forward, but I'm confused on who's getting the readings and who's paying it forward. You guys are gonna have to like explain it to me in just a minute. I want to make sure that Nelly's getting what I'm saying, everything that I've said, because I don't want to repeat myself because I don't remember everything I've said. Um, See what you started, Tracy? You started a pay it forward train. So I keep seeing this and I don't know how it fits, but I keep seeing sold signs. So I don't know if that's like she's wanting to get it and sell it or where that's coming in at. I'm not thinking it's like you're gonna have to sell it or anything, or that might be something else that's being sold. It's just something that's coming in and I'm not really sure how it fits. So it's something to hang on to. Um, so I don't know where Nelly is and I don't know if she's hearing what I'm saying. Sometimes people get behind and then okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I was saying. She's got no leg to stand on and stuff. She just thinks she's entitled to it, but that doesn't mean that she is. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, again, it's a bumpy battle. Anything with this kind of stuff is, and it might be a little bit of a fight. But if she's willing to put you guys through this, then you can always talk to your lawyer about countersuing. But I don't think that she has a leg to stand on. Again, just because she won it doesn't mean that it's hers. Do you know what I mean? So I keep getting no case, no leg to stand on. I don't know what the sold is about. I don't know if that means you'll sell it later. I don't know if that means that that's what she wants. I'm not sure what that's about. But I would hang on to that. But I think you're going to be okay. But anytime you go through anything like this, there's going to be stresses, unfortunately. But legally, there's shit. Going through what we went through legally, we had a leg to stand on, and it's been a fight. But yours is very much more straightforward. So I don't think that. Yeah, and I have compassion for her too, but unfortunately she's being greedy and she feels like that maybe it should have been left to her and it wasn't, and she's taking it out on the wrong people. If your grandma didn't leave it to her, then she had her reasons for that. And that's something that she needs to respect and understand at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Just hang on, guys. I have a list going and I don't want to get confused or miss anybody. So just wait a minute. But yeah, you would ask it here after you pay, but just hold on a second. I need to make sure that Nellie's got everything that I've said before I go forward. Okay. So that's why I'm hearing the counter coming in. I think if you do that, she may drop it. So that makes sense. Yeah. That's why I would get that. Okay, cool. Perfect. So you did hear that part then. Um, I don't like again, I don't think you're gonna lose the house or lose anything. I I don't again know what the sold sign is for. I don't know if that's like she sold her house and she's looking for a house, or if you're gonna sell later on, or that's what she wants from you. I'm not really sure. Only you would know how. I just have to say it because it repeats. But yeah, I'm getting like I think like if you countersue, like she might end up dropping it. She doesn't have a leg to stand on. There's no case here. That's what Spirit's saying. I think by next year, the middle year, it'll be all done. But again, there might be delays, ups and downs, just because of the way that the system is. It's really ridiculous. Like again, I've been fighting mine for five and almost 6 years, and it's not even remotely the same situation. But that's just how probate stuff is. But I just feel like unfortunately she's doing it out of grief, out of jealousy, out of the fact that she feels like she should have had it, not your husband, and that's not right. It wasn't up to her. It was up to grandma, and she did what she wanted. So people need to understand it's not up to anybody else what somebody leaves us. It's up to the person that left it to us. If they didn't want to leave it, there's a reason for that. They left it to you and your husband for a reason. And again, I don't feel like again there's no leg to stand on here. Nothing's going to happen, so you can just relax. um okay. Um, I would countersue. How can she put a lien on it though if it's 100% going to you? That's what doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what the sold sign is. I would hang on to it. I don't understand that vision at all. Sometimes it's like a house gets sold, a house they want a house to be sold. Like I don't like that's the I don't know. Like maybe it gets I don't know. Um But yeah, I would go with what your lawyer advised because I also heard counter, but I don't feel like again that she has a real leg to stand on, and I'm not really sure how she can put a lien on it if it's 100% going to you. That makes no sense to me. But I would make sure that I feel like your lawyer's going in the right direction. I feel like it's gonna end up being okay in the long run. I just unfortunately family members do this and it's crappy, and they do it because they're greedy. They think they should have something that was given to somebody else, and it's wrong. Um, we had a family member who went through something similar and ended up selling it, but my family members want an offer from the seller just to keep the peace. Yeah. I don't know, there's something about that. I don't know if that's saying, like, that's going to be an offer for you to sell it. I don't think you're going to. If you don't wanna sell, if you're happy there, fight to keep it as long as you can, but, again, I don't think she has a leg to stand on. It's it's not coming. I hear not a leg to stand on, no case. In the long run, you know, unless there's some loopholes that she's trying to go by. But the trust states what it states. Like, you can't just want it to state what you want it to state, if that makes sense. But I don't understand how she can put a lien on it if it was 100% yours. That makes no sense to me. What is your lawyer saying about that? Because it's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. There's a reference to July. I don't know if that's something that already happened in July or it's talking about next July. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or like money is owed. So is she trying to say that grandma owed her money or something? Like, for instance, for us, okay, without putting it all out there, like if we wanted to put a lien on someone's property because they owed us money, then we could do that. But it's only because they owe us money. So I don't know if she's trying to say like you guys owe her or the grandma owes her. And that's why she's wanting to take the house. Yeah, but she wouldn't be able to put the lien on it for back taxes, would she? Because that would be more of like the taxes, not the aunt. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and you do what you can and fight the best way that you can. Again, I feel like everything's gonna be okay in the long run. There'll be either a deal worked out, something worked out, something else. I would go with what your lawyer says and counter because that's the word that spirit gave me. So, and again, not legal advice, but go along with what your lawyer's saying. But there's something about July, like maybe it being done by next July or something coming to a head next July. 2025 definitely. This is all going to be done, and I need you guys to try not to stress over it. Just kind of, the best thing to do is think positive, manifest, send. I feel like I don't know what's up with this lady, but send love if you can to her. Like, imagine pink around her. That's going to help the energy flow. Um, and just know that I feel like you're being taken care of from the universe and it's going to be okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm sure she does, Tracy. That's why. Yeah, countersue. For what part, Nelly? I said a lot of stuff, so I don't know what we're saying on correct part. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine pink rounders and love that way. That can actually shift people's thought process and the way they are. So that can be something energetically that you can do. But I feel like the universe is taking care of it. I feel like your grandma's watching over the situation, or your husband's grandma, and that she left it to you guys for a reason. And I think it'll be okay. This is kind of, I hear like karmic debt, so I don't know if there's some kind of karmic debt here or what they mean by that, but I think it's going to be okay by next year. So I would countersue. I would do what your lawyer says to do on that, because again, I heard that from spirit and I think it's a good option. And again, I think somehow, some way, this is going to get taken care of. You'll be able to fix it up, because I hear like hammering and stuff, so I think it'll get fixed up in the long run. Right. I'm just saying I don't know why I'm getting that sold sign. I don't know if that's what she's going to want you to do. Like, it could mean different things. It's all in how we perceive the information. I just have to say it because it could be that, that's what she's wanting you guys to do, or she sold her home. I'm not really sure what it's about. Um, but if you love it there, you fight for what you love, but I feel like you're gonna be okay. Like I said, it comes across as coming to a head next year by July. There's a highlight on July and there's a highlight on 2025. And again, I feel like the law is in your favor. It's gonna be okay. So that is very weird. That is very weird. But I do feel like you guys, um, I tend to do that, so I don't know. I think everything is gonna be alright. You'll be able to fix it up and stuff. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I think you're headed in the right direction. Yeah, you know. So I need you to breathe though, and I need you to relax and try not to stress over it, and know that I feel like it's gonna go the right way because again, what's right is right, and what's wrong and wrong, and I feel like it's gonna go the right way for you because there's no reason for it to go like the law is in your favor. Again, no leg to stand on in any of that, and I don't know like I hate when people like try to like contest things because just because they think, oh, they deserve more. You know what I mean? Um, the spirit's saying it's gonna be okay because I get all those words like, and I would countersue that might make her back off a little bit or like I don't know. Um, but breathe and yes. So like you can imagine pink around her. You can send that to her because that's gonna help like her energy, you know what I mean? And like the anger around it and everything. So she probably has heard about it. She probably doesn't understand why she didn't get what she thought she was going to get. And maybe grandma said at one point, hey, I'm going to leave things to you. And maybe she decided not to, for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Okay. So that could be what it is. But if you're absolutely happy there and you love being there, you know, you got to fight for it. And I don't think it's going to be a huge fight. Again, there might be some delays. There might be a little bit of ups and downs. I would listen to your lawyer because again, the counter is coming in. If your lawyer said that, I would go with it. Um, I feel like it's going to be okay. So just breathe. Know that grandma's got this from the other side. It's going to be all right. There's a reason she did what she did. So even if your aunt doesn't understand that, also is there something going on? I would watch your aunt needs to watch her heart. I don't know if you talk to her. I know that sometimes when things are um like this, like I don't talk to my side of the family. So again, I doubt there's communication there, but there's a highlight on the heart for her for some reason. She needs to just let it go, honestly. And I think eventually she will, or something's going to shift or change or whatever. But I think it'll be should. It might get dropped by next year because I'm hearing like dropped, so it might get dropped. But there's again, she might realize she's fighting a losing battle. You know what I mean? So again, 2025 highlights by July highlights, July specifically highlights, but it could be by July. So again, I think you're going to be okay. You're going in the right direction. So yeah. All right. I hope that was helpful. Update me with how things go. I always love emails for updates and stuff. Thepsychicsleuth at gmail.com. Just update me. Let me know how things are going and how they're working out. Okay. Now I'm confused. So Sabrina, I had a payment from Sabrina, but I know that Denise said pay it forward. So I don't know who was needing a question. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when it comes to probate and stuff, it's tough. Like, of course, my situation is completely different, but yeah, a lot of people get kind of greedy and they think, oh, but I was told this. Oh, but I deserve this, and you know what I mean. And then there's a lot of shadiness and shysterness going on. Shysterness isn't even a word, but people being shady. Um, and easy. Are you Sabrina? I'm trying to figure out who Sabrina is. Is that you? Yeah. Okay. So is that you, Sabrina? Are you the Aunt Easy one? Or are you Aunt Easy, Sabrina? Because I have a Sabrina. Okay. I'm so confused. Okay, so this is where I'm confused at. Okay, so I have Sabrina that paid through Venmo, so her question. And then Denise is paying it forward. And Aunt Easy, did you make a payment somewhere? Sorry, I'm confused. I'm trying to figure it all out because I don't know what's happening. Um, okay, Sabrina. So just hold on a second. Um, It's sad. It breaks people up, and it's sad, like the greed and like, I feel like I deserve this and you don't, like that kind of feeling. Okay, just making sure. If you want to pay it forward, that's fine. I have Denise that wants to pay it forward to someone that really needs it, but and I cannot diagnose spirit if it is on a health question. Um I cannot diagnose. I can only give things that can be checked or looked into. That's basically how it works with anything like that. Oh, yes. I got that now, Tracy. I was so confused on who was who because sometimes people's names don't match the payment versus what's in the chat. You know what I mean? So I was all confused for a second. All right, Sabrina, what's your question? And then we'll figure out where Denise paid for it already, so we'll give that to pay forward. Um oh, I don't know who to give it to. We'll do like a number or something. But let me do Sabrina's first. Okay, and then we'll figure out. Because I have a couple people that want it, so I want to try to be fair. And I see what you guys are saying. Okay, I thought everybody was saying I was going to pay it forward. So, all right. So, hang on to the people that want. We'll do like a number guess or something. Oh. Well, hopefully you can rewind it and listen to what I was saying. If you didn't catch it all, and I hope it was helpful and just, yeah, you guys all confused me in the chat. I was so lost. Okay, Sabrina, go ahead, girl, with your question. And then we'll work on the pay it forward, Denise's pay it forward. We're gonna have to do a number or something because I don't know who to pick. So okay. Um all right, Sabrina, what's your question, girl? I haven't having an issue with my head lately. I just don't know if my anxiety is making me overact. And I'm fine, or do I need to quit pushing with your doctors? What's your magnesium level like? Have you checked your magnesium levels? Because I know that, and also hormones. Have you had any of those things checked, especially like the hormones? And there's a reference to dairy. I don't know. It's one thing that I can't. Okay. So whenever our magnesium is low, we get headaches. So Google magnesium and migraines and you'll see. So I would get on a magnesium supplement. I think that would help you a lot. Magnesium and D3. But also have your hormones level your hormone levels been checked. I've heard that coconut oil can help with that. Um so that might be something to look into. And I know dairy can sometimes, like, intolerance can cause headaches, and sometimes we get that like all of a sudden. There's a reference to that. That might not be the big issue, but that might be like contributing to some of it because it kept repeating until I said it. Um, but I feel like those three things should be looked at. I'm not getting like anything as far as like crazy going on. From what they're showing me, it feels magnesium, hormones, and I would like what's your dairy intake? What's that PCOS? I don't know what that is. You'll have to tell me. Sometimes I know stuff, but I learn most of my medical stuff from spirit. They teach me through showing me and making me feel things, and then I end up looking up. I'm like, okay, that's what that means. So I you know learn from that. What part makes sense? It's like all three of those things I'm getting. So I don't know if they're each playing a role or what is going on. But what's PCOS? Do I need to Google it? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. I don't. Would that cause your hormones to be off? Like maybe lack of estrogen or something? Um, I did it's interesting because I did hear that coconut oil can actually help with the hormones, but I would get your hormones checked. I would start taking magnesium supplements. And actually, we were talking about this today. There's a powder on TikTok you can get. It's like magnesium, D3, and K2. That might help. Um, right? And so I don't know what do you take a lot of do you eat a lot of dairy? I don't know why that's coming through. I didn't even know that could cause a headache until yesterday I heard something. So it's interesting. And then I'm like sitting here trying to ignore it and I can't ignore it. So there's a reason it's coming up and I'm like, it's like repeating. Because I'm like, oh, am I thinking of that because I heard it that can cause headaches yesterday? And it's like, no, it's repeating, and not changing. So it's like I'm getting those three things. But there yeah, I would check for that, that, powder. I've heard really great things about it, and it has everything, the D3, the K2, and the magnesium. But I think you really need to, like, again, sometimes we just run low on magnesium. It's not something that we tend to, have a lot of in our diet, right? So we always should be taking extra. It can cause anxiety, it can cause a lot of different things. Um Oh, okay, there you go. Alright. So those 3 no wonder I couldn't leave the dairy alone. Okay, it's so interesting because I literally heard this. You're not gonna believe it, because sometimes shit like this happens to me and it teaches me stuff, right? So then spirit has a way to show it to me where maybe they didn't show it to me before. I was watching Sylvia Brown. It came on Montel on my YouTube as I was driving, and the lady was like, "I have a headache," and she's like, "Dairy." And I'm like, "Dairy can cause headaches? Like, what? That didn't even make sense to me, right?" And then so Montel told a story about it. She told a story about it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. Okay." So then when you asked, is like that popped in my head, but I didn't want to like go there. I'm like, I had to make sure it was from spirit, not me. You know what I mean? But it was like repeating. So I think that's interesting. Almost like I was meant to hear that, and then here you are asking the question. So I would cut the dairy or lactose. I would cut the dairy and the lactose, like go, no lactose, no lactose binders, anything like that. Okay. I would also again go with the magnesium. I would go look for that powder because it has the D3, the K2, and the magnesium. But definitely get on a magnesium. And again, check out your hormones and like work on regulating your hormones either with your doctor, or there's some natural things that you can do for that. So that's what I think it's coming from. That's crazy. You actually do have issues with dairy. Okay. Who knew that dairy lactose intolerance actually can cause headaches? Learn something new. That's freaking crazy. I'm blown away by how I just heard that yesterday. And then spirit used it today. So what I mean, it's great that stuff happens to me sometimes. It's nuts. It's like they know I'm going to talk to you before you do, like before you do or I do. And they like prepare me for it. Like there was a way for me to learn about it so that they could show me that. So interesting. But make sure again, no lactose, dairy, binders, so cut all that. Um Magnesium, look into that, and then the hormones. Okay. Hey, Phyllis. All right, Sabrina. I'm glad we cleared that all up. It's nuts. I'm just like, wow, I had never even known that. Um, I'm just totally blown away by it. And then so like whenever I went back and I was thinking, well, man, have I been right on people's headaches? Like have I can maybe start questioning that. Was that easy? Okay. All right. So the three people that wanted the pay it forward, Sabrina, I hope that made sense. And please again update me when you figure things out. If you cut all that and fix all that and see what happens. All right. I want some of that powder myself, but it's kind of expensive for me. But I would totally. It does. Like literally, this happens like on cases, right? Before I work a case, sometimes I'll see a similar case, right? And then another case will pop up and it's like they have something to reference to me. You know what I mean? All right, Sabrina. Thank you. Sounds good. Okay, so now we have the pay it forward from Denise. I'm gonna ask you. I wrote down a number on my paper, so whoever gets the closest or the number gets the pay it forward question. And it's weird because the Sylvia Brown thing just popped up on my YouTube. Like I don't even know how it even popped up on my algorithm because I hadn't been looking for it. Crazy. And I didn't even remember she was like that specific when I used to watch her because I was just a kid. Okay. Well, who else is wanting to pay it forward? You need to comment a number, and whoever's the closest or on the number will get it. It's nuts, Tracy. I'm like tripping out because I just heard that like on the way home last night or this morning from my mom's. And I had no idea. Right? I don't remember her ever being that specific. There's some stuff like you can't validate. We never know if any of the names she got or anything were right, but you know, nuts. And this number popped in my head, so I didn't like really pick the number. It popped in my head. It's kind of cool because I barely remember her as a kid. I did go see her like right before she passed for my birthday. I went to her and I know I got something signed and I have no idea what I did with it cuz her book, like one of her books got me through a really tough time and I understood things a little bit better. Yeah, I am the link tree is my where you can um schedule at. You can schedule my link tree. Or in the description box there's also for like my booking. Yeah. So I usually only have like Wednesdays open. I might open up more days. I don't know. I'm kind of like playing it by ear, but just wherever you see an opening at, usually Wednesdays or I think there's some don't schedule on Tuesday. I know there's time open on Tuesday. I don't know why because I have to do the dog training that day and it's a lot. So, yeah, check Wednesday. And I might have left a couple days open because I went to go like fix my schedule. So yeah, just check for the days that are open there and description box. And I do mediumship too, and I do deceased pets as well. So you can see some of the mediumship I've done on this channel on some of the I think the last live and but I need to clip. I need to ask her if I can clip that and take like just put that reading up. But yep, since you're new here, you can go and check out the mediumship if you want to. And also there is on the um what's it called? The booking link. There's also if you go to reviews, there's reviews there as well. So you guys neither of you guys got a number. Is there anybody else that wants to try that wants to pay it forward? Is it just between those two? Because 8 and 4, those neither one of those are it. But is there anybody else that wanted to guess? Or that wanted the pay it forward question? And then I'm gonna have you and Easy and Beach. I'm gonna have you guess again because they're kind of way off. I will say it is a double digit, which is weird because I normally don't pick double digits. But just make sure, like, when you schedule, like, you read the description box and everything. Is there anybody else that wants in on the pay it forward from Denise? She has a question she paid for to pay it forward for somebody that needs it. We are guessing a number that came into my mind that I wrote down on my piece of paper. We're seeing who gets the closest. It is a double digit, so I need you guys to guess again. Again, it was a random number that popped in my. Okay, Takeo, you got it. Takeo got it exactly. It's 35. I said that's weird. Take, are you psychic? And you guys guessed the same number. So it was 35. Okay. So Takeo got it. Crazy. She got it exactly. I think she's a little psychic. All right, what's your question? It was a random number. I don't even know where it came from, but I was like, okay, well, I'll just use that number. Is my live behind or something? I feel like the comments are coming in like, why am I so hungry all of a sudden? Yeah, I do deceased pets. Yep. I actually did my first bird the other day on Wednesday. I've never done a reading on a bird before. It was really interesting. Oh, how cool. In Tucson? I didn't even know the fair was going on. Um, Performing during what? Nope, we already got the number. We already got the number. I go off questions, Takeo. Oh, in Phoenix, yeah, that's too far for me. So I have to have something to connect the energy to. I unfortunately don't just pick things out of thin air. I have to have something to like attach the energy to. That's the way that I work. So just form whatever you're wanting guidance on into your life, or the direction that you want me to go into a question. Okay, you want to form it into a question for me? Go ahead and form it into a question, like what you're wanting to know about that. And I'm probably going to have to come back on at some point Sunday or something. I'm supposed to go Sunday in the morning to go. I guess they're having a scent thing, not with my dogs, but I'm to watch the dogs that are more advanced. I don't know if I'll be able to do that 8 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of a lot. All right. Um. Okay, Takeo. So, am I probably saying your name? Probably saying your name wrong. Um. It feels like December's highlighting. So between now and December, um, you still have your job though, right? I hate when my stomach growls in the middle of readings. It's distracting. Okay. So did you get fired because of it, or did you get laid off because of it? I guess I should say. Um so are you currently getting like um I don't know if it's like, short-term disability or anything like that? I also kind of get an up and down thing with your health. So you still having some health issues? Okay, you took a leave, so you don't have your, that's what I'm asking. You still have the same job or no? Okay. You said no, so I'm confused. So you still have your same job then? I am hanging in, Donna, thank you. Are you still having health issues? Why am I getting like a up and down thing with you, like with your health? Like sometimes you're okay, and then it's kind of like, or it's like up and down. And it's trying to figure out like what's really going on. Um, there's something I keep trying to ignore, but it won't go away. Um, okay. Did you apply for short-term disability or anything like that? Because sometimes, like, you can apply through your work for that, depending on if you have it. But did you ever have COVID? Because I'm getting a reference to like long COVID or something, which I keep trying to be like no, but it keeps coming back up for the short term. Okay. See, I keep trying to like ignore that. I think it's like long COVID issues. Do you currently take any vitamin C or anything like that? Vitamin C, D, quizartin. It's kind of the same thing that you would do for if you were to have COVID. Um, so if that's what they're talking about. They're calling it long COVID. Spirit is. Well, that's what I was trying to ignore, but guess I won't be doing that anymore. Hey, stop it. You okay? Seriously. What the heck, Hope? She's old, dude. What's your problem? Okay. I thought so. Because it kept repeating and repeating, and I think it's like long. I think it's long COVID. So, are you currently taking any vitamin C or D or anything like that? How much vitamin C are you taking? There's a highlight on December. I don't know if that's like when you're gonna start feeling good better, but next year feels better. Yeah, hold on, Jamie. I know, I think you sent me a message too and I haven't got to it yet. So how much vitamin C are you taking? Are you also taking D and quizartin? I can never say that one right, but there's actually a okay. Yeah. Spirit's talking about it being long COVID. Have you well, as being a part of it, have you had your blood pressure checked and oxygen? I'm getting a reference to both. Okay. I would get on some D3. Um and cuz those are what you use for COVID, but also um have they checked you for long COVID at your doctor? Also, I'm getting like blood pressure. There's an oxygen. I'm pretty sure it's blood pressure. They're referencing your blood, so I don't know if that's blood pressure or blood sugar. No to what? No to what question? You need to get well, you need to go back to your doctor and have them check this stuff. Now, that's not enough C. To battle long COVID, you need like as much as you can take, like a couple thousand milligrams. That's not enough. You need to bump it up a little bit at a time, at least to get to like 3,000. If your body can handle it, if your stomach can handle it, but you need to bump it up, at least double it. I'm getting like I feel like the December highlights for me. Either you figure out what's going on or something. But again, there's a reference to long COVID coming in, but I feel like there's a few things that are going on. Do you ever have any issues like catching your breath or anything like that? So whenever we start to feel like, this is for people in there, start to feel like you're getting COVID or getting sick, you need to just overload your body with vitamin C. Um, and the same thing with like long COVID, like it's kind of like the same thing to help take care of it, because you're still trying to get your immune system back to where it goes. Yes to what, Takeo? I need you to kind of like tell me what you're saying yes or no to, just so I know. You're having a hard time breathing as well, because I'm getting a reference to oxygen, and I'm having a hard time breathing too. So I don't know if like the reason why you're getting dizzy and passed out is because you're not getting enough oxygen in your blood, or there's something with your blood pressure. I keep getting a reference to your blood. So I would make sure you go and you get your blood work done and you get your oxygen. They're talking about pulse ox. You can get these pulse oxes to get an idea of what your blood pressure and your pulse ox is, and you just put it on your finger. You can buy those. So, okay. Yeah, I feel like you've got long COVID, because I'm having a hard time breathing myself, but I feel like it could be contributing to other things. So I would go and push for that. I would also up again your vitamin C and get on some D and quercetin. But there's also there's immune booster that you can get on they have them on Amazon, and they have like, I have them. It has a whole bunch of different stuff, and it has the D, the C, the quercetin. It's like 1,000 milligrams. I take like 3 of them, but it has a whole bunch of different immunity things. So that's what's coming in. Is I feel like you've got long COVID. I feel like there's something with your oxygen that's off, and I don't know if there's not enough oxygen in your blood, or your blood pressure's off. There's something about that, and that's why you're passing out. That's the way it's coming in. I would get like a pulse ox, and I would go back to your doctor and make them look at things. I feel like by December you might have some answers on this, and until you're getting well, um, I might look in the form of, maybe instead of like online jobs, work from home jobs, um, look for side hustles on YouTube, something that you can do physically. And I would see if there's any way to reapply, either apply for state assistance or reapply for, um, I don't know if you can reapply for like the short-term disability. I'm not really sure how that works. So, those are the things I would look into doing, but I would go back to your doctor and I would have them look more into these things and then update me, because my head is hurting right now and I'm having a hard time breathing with you. Like, I'm having a really hard time breathing. So I feel like it is. And like I said, I tried to ignore the long COVID and it kept popping up. So that was from spirit. So, and again, I'm not here to diagnose you, but those things need to be looked at. Unemployment. Yeah, I was trying to think of like the other things that they could apply for. So, yeah, it's because I think you're getting headaches because of the lack of oxygen, but also the blood pressure. Those two keep running in together. So I would get a pulse ox so you can keep tabs of all that. But yeah, I was thinking, I don't know, can you get unemployment if you like lost your job due to your health? I don't know. But you can look into it and see. Otherwise, state assistance or something. You need to find something to help you. And then maybe when you're feeling better, look into some side hustle, some work from home jobs, things like that, until you get back, to help you try to get back on your feet. Okay. But yeah, I would look into the unemployment. I would look into state assistance, and I would see if there's any way that you can try to reapply for that. And again, I would go and push your doctor and see if you can get, again, a pulse. You can get like a pulse ox. I've seen them on Temu, so I know that they have them on. I know they have them on like Amazon or something, or in the store. Or maybe your insurance, if your doctor. Well, you can check it yourself too, like until you get back to the doctor. Your pulse ox, your blood pressure, those are things I would check on. Okay. Hey, Tina. You're welcome. And again, you need to get your immune system up, so double your C or look into, again, there's immune defense on Amazon. There's lots of them that have a lot of different things that should help boost your immune system. I'm not really sure what they do for that, other than I keep getting reference to upping your C and D. But yeah, I'm having a hard time breathing and you're giving me a headache, so I'm really thinking it's connected to that. But it's like you might be getting complications from that, if that makes sense. And that's the first time that's ever came to me for that. So interesting. All right. Jamie, what is your question? Make sure you keep me updated, Taco. And good guess on the number. And this might be, Jamie, might be my last question because I'm feeling kind of like. You're welcome. Because I'm feeling like, I don't know, drained, or I'm not feeling good myself. I might be feeling you though, because again, I feel like I can't breathe and my head hurts. So, which I think it's going along with what you're feeling, but I'm just feeling kind of drained already. Didn't have much energy to begin with. All right, Jamie, what's your question, girl? I know you sent me a message too, and I just haven't even gotten the chance to go to it. So, don't apologize. It comes with the territory. It's all good. I'm just saying, if I feel that from you, then it really needs to get looked at. Yeah. I really do think it's long COVID. I've never gotten that before, Tracy. So I'm like, wow, crazy. All right. And this is a different. Did we talk about last time, like, about like this job would lead to another job? Because I feel like it was like a step up, but like you might go in another direction. I can't remember what we gave you last time, but it was something of that sort. Is it like a management position or a higher up position, or at least so you have like people under you? Different than the one that you're at, the new one. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the moon, honestly. I just needed to really make sure I had enough to feed my animals. I have other things I got to take care of, but I'm not even going to deal with that tonight. That's how tired I am. Like, I'll try to deal with that later. Like, all my dogs are sleeping. I'm looking at them like, oh, I'm so jealous. I just want to lay down with you guys. Oh, I just chill. And like I said, sometimes I don't get too drained. Sometimes I feel really good. It just depends, I think. I know I did eat. I ate like 2 things earlier, like really good stuff. So I don't know why I'm even hungry. Um, okay, so did we talk yes on what, Jamie? Because I feel like this is going along the same kind of lines that we spoke about before. I don't really have a recovery, just relaxing, I guess. Sometimes I get energy from readings and sometimes I don't. Lately I have, but not tonight. Because I was already tired. I wasn't feeling like, I thought I was getting sick. So, and sometimes the time of the month is very draining for me. So, you know. Okay, but that's why I'm asking you, is it any way branch off from this or connected to this, and is it a management position? That's my question. Because I think we spoke about in the last one of you having a management position where you didn't have to work as hard and it wasn't as strenuous, but it was better pay or around the same pay, if I remember right. And it feels like that's the same thing that's kind of coming in. So it could be this if it's what I'm describing. Because it's almost like I feel like, again, in some way this branches off or is connected to, but it's like I feel like you are some sort of management position. Okay, that's what I mean. Is it a branch off job of what you have, but it's some sort of management position, or there will be people under you or something like that, but it's not going to be as much work or as hard or as like less hours but more pay, or not as draining or exhausting is the way it's coming in. Okay. Because that's what I think that's what came in last time, right, Tracy? Like a branch off job, but I just need to know if this is like more like management or something of that sort, or if it would lead to a management position. I keep going up because it's like a leveling up. That seems familiar, like similar information. I really honestly should keep going because I need to get some stuff for the goats. It's gonna get cold, but okay, so if I stay where I am, I can love in 2 months, but this shit is hard on me. I don't like it. No, I know. Okay, so my question is, I'm not saying stay where you are. My question is, this job that is branching off, it still feels like it's a higher level. But my question is, does it lead to a management position or something that is similar to a management position where it would be not as hard work, but around the same pay or a little bit more? That is my question. Because that's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so let me just explain what I'm getting, okay? I feel like, again, there's going to be a branch off opportunity, and you know what this is going to describe. So I'm just going to describe it the best way that I can describe it. So branch off opportunity from where you're at, but it is either management position or it leads to a management position very shortly. Like it feels like a step, like stepping up, going up the ladder, right? But it's not as hectic as hard, but it's around, and it feels like less hours, but you're going to be making the same, if not a little bit more. That's the way that it's coming in at. So I don't know what that describes, if the one that you're talking about is a branch off, because this does feel branch off. Like I want to connect it to this job, but like that's why I keep going stepping up, because it's like you're stepping up in the company, but you might be going different directions, if that makes sense. Because I feel like it's like I keep getting like people under you, so I don't know if that means you're gonna like be, if it's manager or if it's just supervisor, or if it's just like there's going to be a couple people under you. Like that's the way it keeps coming in. So again, I don't know if that's like in the future, or if it's part of what you're going to be doing in the new job, because I think we talked about like you're going to be at this one, but there's something else was going to come along and it was going to be a branch off and a step up, not as stressful, if I remember right. That's kind of how it came in last time. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah. Right. No, that's I'm not saying stay where you are. I'm talking about you leaving, but it being a branch off. So it's a branch off and then you're stepping up. Okay? Do you understand what I mean? So it's either something very similar, like or a company that's very similar, or a branch off, like this company branching off to that company, or this job branching off to that job. You know what I mean? That's the way that it's coming across. So getting like they're connected in some way, shape, or form. Okay. But I'm still stepping up the ladder, and this is either supervisor, manager, something where you have a couple people underneath you. You're doing more, like you're still doing physical stuff, but you're also doing some paperwork. I don't know why I keep seeing that or feeling that, unless I'm seeing like future. But I feel like you'll still be doing some physical stuff, but you'll also be doing paperwork, office stuff, or something like that. I don't know why that's coming in. But again, it's like, because I keep seeing like you shuffling papers or doing something in an office. Okay. So again, you would have be like supervisor, manager, but you're going to be not having to work as hard, but making more. Or, okay. Because I like, let me know when you catch up, because I don't want to like keep repeating myself. I hope I'm like explaining everything, because I'm trying to explain what I'm getting, and make sure you hit the toggle to catch up. Okay. Because I keep seeing you like doing some sort of office paperwork as ready. Okay. And are you going to have people underneath you? Or I don't know if it's like supervisor, manager, or will lead to supervisor, manager. Because I keep getting that. Like you being in charge of something or in charge of some people. That's the way it's coming across. Hey, LJ. Well, I'm just doing the questions right now. I was going to be done after this one, but if you want one, then it's 20 to the link tree, and then you just come here and ask questions, and then like validate as we go on, like we're doing here. Okay. So does that describe the job you're talking about? And welcome, LJ. Um, I just want to know if I'm making sense, John. If I'm making sense, Jamie. Okay. Just know that when opportunities come, take the opportunities. Okay. They come for a reason. And sometimes we have to take one step to another step to another step, if that makes sense. But where I'm seeing is, again, I'm seeing like in some way, shape, or form, it's either manager, supervisor, but you're also doing office work as well as physical work. Like it feels like it's both. So always go in the direction that you feel like you want to go in, that's going to make you happy. Okay. Because we want to make sure that we're not just working for money, we're also working for our passions. And what, if you're guiding in one direction, go in that direction, if that makes sense. And the link tree is also in the description box if it's easy. I don't know if you can even click it through chat. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm making sense and you understand what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Yeah. You'll get, like I said, that's the kind of job I keep seeing you getting. So I hope you understand what I'm saying, and I make like it makes sense to you. Because they'll just repeat it and I just keep repeating it because I just keep seeing it the same. It's like that's it. You know what I mean? Well, not always, but most of the time. Okay. Well, let me know how it goes. You know how to reach me. So, um, hope that made sense. Okay. Yeah, because it just like they just keep giving me the same thing over and over. I just hope it clicks. Okay. All right. Perfect. Mm. Yep. Thanks for popping on. What do you mean about timelines? Like, if we can shift timelines? I'm not really sure. I feel like we can sometimes. I feel like, fuck, everything's going so fast lately. I don't know. I feel like really anything's possible, honestly. I don't know what my real beliefs are on it, but I mean, I speak to the deceased, so my 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 beliefs are pretty open on just about anything. All right. Whoever was asking that question, are they wanting on the list or are we done? The new sub. If so, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta pee again, man, Tracy. All these energy drinks I'm having to drink. I shouldn't even be drinking all of them today. So struggling. Oh, kitty cat. And Justice, you're a good boy laying down. It's okay. I know you're talking about like jumping timelines, right? Like we can. That's why I'm saying like whenever I'm picking up stuff, it's usually for the timeline that you're on, the situation you're on, the direction you're going. But that doesn't mean you can't make other decisions or you can't shift timelines or you know what I mean? Like, okay. I just want to make sure if you were still going to ask a question or not, LJ. No problem. Remember that's intuitive guidance, not mediumship. So I just can't do mediumship tonight. I'm dying. I just wanted to know if I needed to wait. No problem. Oh, no, you're okay. Just yeah, when you go to the link tree, it'll give you the different options to pay. So, yeah, no one's old here, by the way. Oh, cool. I look forward to it, Nelly. I'm trying. I'm gonna try to get to sleep a little bit earlier tonight. I need to. My dreams have been like so weird, and I've been sleeping so deep that I think that's also an issue with like waking up. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel refreshed. But my dreams have been weird. I I think I need to make a video on the one dream because it could actually happen, but I don't know. You never know with me. You know, sometimes it's just a dream and sometimes it's not. I don't know. So, I think the energy is just weird right now. I don't know. And I think the veil is thinner, right? Um I am an Aquarius sun, Aquarius rising, and a Libra moon. So all about humanity and justice. Get on that. What? Oh, D3, girl. Yeah. So I think I'm just feeling a lot of energy from different things and I don't realize it. My throat doesn't feel like it did this morning though. Like I was a little worried because my throat felt like uncomfortable. It didn't really hurt, just kind of felt uncomfortable to swallow. I took a bunch of vitamins. I have those like immune defense and I took like 3 before I went to bed, 3 when I woke up. So it's like 6,000 milligrams of vitamin C and everything else. Like, yeah. Well, I guess that too. I don't know. Well, yeah, and I usually like it kind of comes and goes with me. I normally don't have crazy dreams like that. And there's, like I said, there's been a few times where I've dreamed of location. There's been a few times where I've dreamed of things and then they've happened. Or it's like, what's a dream and what's not? Like, what's more than that? So I have a hard time with that. So whenever I always tell people, like, it's a dream, it might not mean anything. But there's been times where it has meant things. Like I dreamed of somebody's son and they came to me and they weren't like they were still alive. You know what I mean? But they came to me like they weren't going to be. And so it ended up meaning that they were going to pass away, and I had to contact my client on that, and so that was another thing, like, and there's been times where I've dreamed of locations and they've been right. So sometimes dreams aren't just dreams with me. Sometimes they're more. And there's a lot of energy, like with what I've been covering lately, although I don't want to cover it. I'm not trying to cover it anymore. That is sleeping into my dreams, and I don't know what's dream and what's not. But again, Neptune and Pisces, but Neptune is retrograde, a lot of weird dreams. And thank you. I try to be humble. I do sometimes, but I don't realize it, and I just, like I said, sometimes, being a woman and being a human too, it's still draining at times. So this can I've been doing really good as far as, like, a lot of the lives, like, I make it through, I don't get tired, I feel really good after. But I don't know, just the last few days, I just think it's the supermoon, and yeah, I may wanna do a video, but I've been struggling with it because 'cause I'm like, you know how people are. You know how people are, Tracy. Do I add the part of the money I found? That's not like, do I add both of those dreams together? I don't know. Like, it might be relevant, that part. Wouldn't be the first time I found things in my dream. Girl, waterfall, thank you. I'm always trying to be better. You have the secrets. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if I should talk about both of my dreams because I'm just wondering if there is something. Oh, yeah, you've got quite the you surprising. How are you doing on the moon? Because the moon is in Aries. So, I don't know, maybe. Okay, LJ. Um, you don't have Cash App or Venmo? Those are way easier to sign up for. Someone has to save me from getting in trouble because before I woke up, I was in trouble. Like they were after me because I found it. Calling 911, jumping out of the window, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change my dream and go just go back in and be live so that everybody could know what's going on. Okay, yeah, Australia, you can't do Venmo and Cash App. Darn it. Yeah, PayPal. But yeah, I do book. I mean, you can do. Okay, I don't think you can. I don't think Australia can do Cash App. Um, I know PayPal's kind of a bitch sometimes. Um, money, not mine. I'll do a short video on it and post it. I've been kind of I still have to post the dogs video. I don't got room on my phone. So I have to find out what I can delete. Um but yeah, I mean I mean they're more expensive, but I have the 20. Well, you know what you can do, LJ, when you figure it out if you want? I do email questions. So if you want to do when you figure it out, do $20 and send me the email question and thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. We can answer it that way too if you don't want to book. Because I do my lowest is 20 minutes. So that's totally up to you on what you want to do. But I do work with Australia, but remember that it is my time zone whenever you book like that. But yeah, you can definitely do an email question. I still do those from time to time. So if you want to do that, just email me thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com when you figure it out or whatever. And yeah, I take email questions all the time, but I get to those as I can. So they're not like I'm going to get right back right away. It's whenever I get the time. So keep that in mind. But since I don't have any in line, yeah, whatever works for you, LJ. If it's going to take a lot, then you can just do that. Otherwise I can wait around a little bit, but totally up to you on what you want to do. Because you know your situation, so all good. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and doing and letting helping me out and letting me do readings and stuff. Um yeah, and Uranus right now with it being retrograde, there is going to be some technology stuff going on. So that's something too that people have to keep in mind. We talked about that. We talked about that last live. I haven't been going live on TikTok lately. I just haven't felt it. Um oh yeah, wait till it's the weird. I wrote down the dream when I was half asleep because I woke up. I was like, "Oh my gosh, the dream was so real." And they were taking things from the reading I had done like 2 nights before, and it was ending up in my dream. And I'm so like, "That's weird, right?" So I literally sat there and talked to text half asleep. I don't even know what it was. Um now I think you're like vibing with the tribe. I like when we meet new people and we're vibing with the tribe. Like you and LJ, you feel like your vibe's good, like you're vibing with the tribe. I lost a lot of people, but that's okay because they're not vibing with the tribe no more. But you guys feel like you're vibing with the tribe. Vibing with the tribe. Vibing with the tribe. And make sure you guys check out my astrology stuff too. My astrology sweatshirts and t-shirts and all of that. And it does ship worldwide. And I haven't got work on the sweats yet, but I'm going to. It's because I have to sit here and look on here and do it on the phone. But I will get that. As soon as I get some time, I will do it. Tracy, did you get your shirt? So, yep, I got some astrology stuff, Nelly. If you haven't checked it out, I'll show you the Aries. You said you're an Aries sun, right? We've been looking at these every live, which has been helpful because people are getting them. Oh gosh, what is it doing? It's gonna make me okay. There we go. Tracy's an Aries too, so that's why you guys are getting along. And Aries is one of my favorite, but then I was like, men can't buy it, but I don't have that many men anyways. Jamie, do you want me to show you? I don't know if you were able to see. I saw your comment. Look, I keep getting 30, 35, something going on with 35 because now there's 35 people. That's happened a couple times. Okay, check this out. These are my new Aries. She whispered back, "I am the storm." And what's crazy about this is one that came to me. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I realized that their saying was I am. I'm like, "Huh." And I picked I am the storm. Get it? Enthusiastic, adventurous, competitive, and there's your little star. So, I don't know. I'm really proud of these. I think they turned out really good. Linktree. Linktree has my bonfire link. Jamie, did you want to see the Gemini and Scorpio? I don't know if you got to see them or not. Yeah, I think Tracy got a t-shirt. She got a pink one though, which is an Aries color. I tried to color coordinate everything. So, the writing is the color for your zodiac, and then I tried to do shirts plus extra that posted it where? Here's the Gemini. Oh. Yes. And I'm gonna do I'm gonna do pants too, like sweatpants. You just want the link? Can you see it? This is the Gemini one. Which personality should I put on today? I think playful, curious, quick-witted. What do you want sent to your number? The link or? Yeah, you know, I don't even know if I was saying it. The person that my son's talking to now that I think I predicted, she's got a Gemini moon. I find that interesting. And a Libra sun. And a Virgo rising. So that's Gemini. And you said Scorpio. What do you want me to send you? Pictures or do you want me to send you the link? Because you can find all these from the bonfire link. There's a bonfire link and then there's also one in the link tree. You can get to it that way. Scorpio, your guys' color is red, so you know, I made sure that there was red hoodies, red and black, believe it or not. You never know what you are capable of until you try. Brave, intense, intuitive. I desire. Thank you. I'm proud of them. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, it's in the link tree, in the description box. If you just go to the description box of the video, but I can send it to you. I think I was half asleep when I saw your message, so that's why I didn't get to reply, and then I haven't had the chance. I went to mom's yesterday. And then whenever I go there, it's like late at night and get home till early or till early in the morning, thanks to, and I think Casper's been getting out, and then coming back in. I don't know. Yeah, I'll send it. Right? You know, I tried to pick the best quotes for each sign. Anyways, the bonfire link is on that link tree. Okay. All right. So are we done with readings? If we are, I'm getting off here. I'm tired. I just want to make sure that LJ wasn't, if she was going to email me or if she was doing one tonight. I know I want one too, Priscilla. I want the Aquarius one, of course, but everybody seems to love them, and that makes me so happy because I put a lot of time and effort into them, and the idea came from Spirit. I know it did because it was like all of a sudden like, hey, how about you do astrology and you do this and this and this, and I was like, okay, cool. Now I want to do the pants because everybody's like, well, what about like a sweat outfit? The pants are kind of expensive, but I think it would be cool. I just have to sit down and do it because I want to make sure I get the colors and everything right. So I don't get along great with Gemini males, but Gemini females I do. I have it's just interesting. What's interesting is the person my son is talking to has a Gemini moon. That's what his dad's sun is, right? And a Libra sun, which is my moon. So his dad's sign and my sign are part of it. It's so weird. Anyways, and then my husband's sign is a Virgo. It's like all three of our signs in her. It's odd. I just think it's odd. Oh, no problem. Yeah, just email me, thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. You can find that in the link tree too. Yeah, I was like, I know that Geminis are like also intellectual, so I was kind of torn between an intellectual quote and that quote, and I was like, yeah, but every Gemini that I've met, they always like have like this double side, right? So, and even in like crime astrology, like it means like two sides sometimes, or communication or something like that. So, anyways. Oh, thank you, LJ. That means a lot, and it helps my channel too. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching the old videos. Make sure that you're liking them for me. Um, but I appreciate that. I will get up some new stuff soon. Um, I do have cases I want to work. I just I've been focusing on having to make money, unfortunately, and then I'm tired. So I have all these cases that I want to work and I just haven't been able to, but it's coming back. Don't worry. Spirit kind of took me on another direction for a little bit, and I lost a lot of people, and then now like I'm trying to get back. So, but I feel like whatever they made me do, I just followed. So it is what it is. But yeah, all the crime cases are. I'll get to them. I promise. So I'm actually probably gonna lay down with the dogs. It's probably not a good idea because I'll probably fall asleep on the couch. 6 kids. I can do it. I can do it. I have one, and he was a handful. Thank you, LJ, for the super sticker. Yeah, I think Grandma really wanted her like to have a place for the kids. I really think that her great grandkids were important to her, and I can see that for sure. Well, we appreciate meeting new people in chat, new people, new subs and everything. We always I always have a blast with you guys. I could just come on here and like chill with you guys if, this is like my only social time. Because all my friends are online. So I really like to come on and do the stuff. Like I really wanted to stream Quentin's trial, but I keep being told I don't know if I'm allowed to, and then it's like I can't. That's like so early in the morning. But I might end up like going back and doing it for people that maybe haven't seen it, because Quentin was a really you know, getting his stuff before he was ever born, and then channeling him. It's quite an experience, and I've never like told one of the parents of one of these kids like off, so it was something. So I was been considering that, but yeah, that's just been a lot. Me too, because Tracy knows that I struggled with losing people, so it's nice to have new people that come in that are on the same vibe and same wavelength. Um, always telling myself I work for spirit, even if they take me in other directions for a minute. So yeah. I guess I should make my video about my dream really quick. I'm so tired though. I don't know. Trying to do it while it's like fresh in my mind. I probably should. Well, not even fresh, but I mean, I did write it down, but still. Surprised even this makes sense because I literally talked to texted this with my eyes closed. All right, guys. Well, if that's it, then appreciate you guys, and I will probably see you soon. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I can come back on tomorrow. If not, maybe Sunday. I don't know. Like I said, she invited me to go and volunteer with all the dogs that are doing scent work. My dogs can't, they're not there yet, but it's like the experience of going and seeing what the competitions and stuff are like. So, I mean, it's gonna be early in the morning, I don't know. But yep, I really think that's why she left it, was for her, so her great grandkids had somewhere to go. Yep. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you, and I will see y'all soon. I have to go pee anyways. Okay. Oh, where's my ending?